Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94 here, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to cartoons they don't want you to see see anymore. Cartoons they don't want you to see no more. I ain't gonna say it no more. You can't see these no more. It should be an interesting one. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
Media in the 2020s has been somewhat of a disaster. Shows you probably forgot about are no longer available, and the shows you do remember, well, they might not last much longer. So let's dive into the scummy practices behind Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount, and hopefully bring some attention to this massive problem if you're a fan of animation. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command was Disney Pixar's first ever TV show. 62 episodes that aired in 2000 and 2001 on ABC and UPN. Voiced by Patrick Warburton. Yes, that Patrick Warburton. Joe from Family Guy, Clark from Emperor's New Groove, the guy from Ted.
Some like gay beat up underworld, like one of those gay beat up clubs or something.
I know, I dig chicks, man. I don't remember any of it. I was so f***ed up. I might be gay, I don't know.
I don't know what else you want from a Pixar TV show. And you cannot watch this show anywhere. Not on Disney Plus, not on Hulu, not on Netflix, not on Prime Video, not on iTunes, not on YouTube, not on DVD, not on Blu-ray, not even on VHS outside of the movie and tapes like this. But this wasn't even available to buy. I don't think. Disney made it, Disney owns it, and Disney has put it absolutely nowhere. And here's the thing, it's not just Buzz. Disney has a whole back catalog of shows like this. Cartoons they own outright that they just refuse to put on streaming, that they refuse to release on physical media, that you literally cannot legally acquire as a thing in 2026. So today we're going to go through them, and then we're going to talk about why.
Well, there's websites out there. There's websites out there you can find it. You just gotta look. I'm pretty sure Disney cracking down on them, but hey, it is what it is.
Even the shows you think you safely bought on Amazon or iTunes aren't actually yours either. Disney owns a crazy amount of TV, like an absolute deranged amount of TV. We're talking decades of Disney Afternoon, the one Saturday morning block on ABC, Toon Disney, Playhouse Disney, Disney Junior. Every flavor of cartoon programming block Disney has made TV for it. And when Disney Plus launched in November 2019, the implicit promise was kind of right there in the name. Yeah, Disney Plus, the whole vault, everything you grow up with, finally in one place. The vault was never actually open. It was barely cracked. And the vault has shows in it that haven't seen the light of day in decades. Disney just keeps the door shut. So let's just start with the most embarrassing one.
The fun continues with Disney's Aladdin.
Aladdin, the series. Maybe you remember this one.
I thought that shit was trash. Now, I didn't watch Saturday morning cartoons for like ABC. I didn't watch ABC Saturday morning cartoons. I didn't watch CBS Saturday morning cartoons. No, I take that back. When they put SpongeBob on CBS in the morning for like a couple of months because the SpongeBob movie was coming out, yeah, I was watching CBS in the morning because they was putting SpongeBob on regular TV. NBC Saturday mornings, didn't watch that either. So like I was strictly a WB Fox Kids type of kid for Saturday morning cartoons. I stayed within that realm of Fox Kids and WB Kids because they was putting out the best content. I mean, let's be for real. They was putting out the best content on Saturday mornings. But like I didn't really get into the Disney side of things until, you know, we got Time Warner Cable, we had Toon Disney. And when I discovered Toon Disney, I was like, yo, they got all this stuff on here. Yo, they had the OG Sonic the Hedgehog one from the 90s with Urkel voicing Sonic and shit. So they had that Sonic the Hedgehog on there. They had a couple of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons and shit like that. They had everything, bro. Gargoyles, all that shit. So I was locked into Toon Disney for a hot minute, bro. For real. But I ain't gonna lie, the Aladdin show was probably the most garbage one out of all of them, bro. That one, the Hercules cartoon was garbage too. I ain't gonna hold you. Both of them was garbage. But I digress though.
or maybe you don't, but this series ran for 86 episodes. 86 freaking episodes, and they just abandoned it. And although this show isn't something I remember a ton of, I figured out why. The series aired from 1994 to 1995, so I was a whopping 1 to 2 years old, roughly. And with how they treated the show, can't imagine reruns were that common when I was old enough to retain a memory. The series picked up after the events of the third movie, The Return of Jafar, and this ran on Disney Afternoon, and it had an unusually loyal cast. Scott Winger came back as Aladdin, Linda Larkin came back as Jasmine, Jonathan Freeman came back as Jafar, Gilbert Gottfried came back as Iago. Now, Dan Castellaneta took over Genie from Robin Williams, which I'll allow, because, you know, Robin Williams got kind of screwed over with the Aladdin stuff, so I don't really blame him for not showing up, but you get what I'm saying. And let's be real, there's not a lot of people you can hand the Genie to, but you did pretty good, Dan. I'll give you that. You did pretty good. Now, what's the craziest part for me is this is one of Disney's 3 biggest 90s Renaissance IP. There is a live-action remake from 2019 with the dude who slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. There's going to be another one, probably because of Slapgate, and it got 3 movies, not including that, like I mentioned before. And yet, the TV continuation, 86 episode long TV adaptation with the most original cast of any of these shows, it's not on Disney Plus.
Die, mouse!
Broke the rock! Disney's stronger than nature!
It's on Netflix in some countries. It's on iTunes if you want to buy it. But that's a whole different can of worms we'll talk about later. Disney Plus, in the country where the show was made, where the movies stream? Nope.
Coming up next, it's The Legend of Tarzan.
Man, fuck Tarzan.
Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, right here on Toon Disney.
Man, fuck Tarzan. That shit was trash. To tell you the truth, I don't even remember Tarzan, but I remember watching it as a kid. I just don't remember the premise, the plot. Nothing. I don't remember nothing about Tarzan. I think I watched that shit like 1 or 2 times, and that was it for me. I was not interested. That was a garbage ass cartoon as well, bro. Yeah, Disney has some misses, and I think Tarzan was one of them. Fuck Tarzan.
After this, we have The Legend of Tarzan. 39 episodes. Aired 2001 to 2003 and set after the events of the 1999 film. Now, I'm sorry to be the one to break this to you, but 0 of the original film cast came back for this. This is not an Aladdin situation. Tony Goldwyn didn't, Minnie Driver didn't, Glenn Close didn't, Rosie O'Donnell didn't. Did you know that Rosie O'Donnell was in Tarzan? Because I didn't. Now I know. The more you know.
Nope, I don't remember.
Oh, I guess. The point is, they didn't come back. And sometimes the internet will tell you they did, because the internet is a cesspool of lies and deceit. Verify your sources and take everything I say with a grain of salt. I am stupid. But here's where the story gets actually interesting. The reason the show isn't on Disney Plus isn't because Disney forgot about it, although it probably would have anyways. Whatever. It's because Disney can't put it on Disney Plus. The Tarzan IP is still controlled by the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate, and the licensing situation between Disney and the Burroughs estate is unresolved. Because they hate each other. So Disney made 39 episodes of a Tarzan TV show, and now they can't actually do anything with them. You're doing great, Disney. And yes, I am still salty because this also affects Kingdom Hearts and is why we haven't seen Tarzan in a Kingdom Hearts game since 2002. They couldn't put it on streaming if they wanted to, and they didn't fix the rights situation in the last 25 years. So I think we know how much they actually wanted to. It's Disney. I'm sure if they dumped a truckload of money at the Burroughs estate, they'd buckle. But who cares about Tarzan, I guess.
Now let's get back to Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
Next up is Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, and I love this show, or at least I did when I used to watch it back in the day. 39 episodes, premiered in 2004 on Disney Channel, voiced by Charlie Adler and Kaylee Cuoco. Yes, that Kaylee Cuoco. The premise is simple. A pampered Cocker Spaniel and a hapless rabbit get stranded in the Amazon and have to survive together. It's a genuinely weird show. Disney Channel in 2004, they were cooking with some unusual stuff. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Now, this show, not on US Disney Plus, available on Disney Plus Hotstar in India though, so you know, if you're in India, you're good. Disney is making an active choice about who in the world is allowed to watch the show. India? Yes. United States, where the show is literally made for? No. Go fuck yourself, US. And to commemorate the show's 20th anniversary in 2024, Disney generously posted episode 1 on YouTube. Just episode 1. As a treat. Thanks, Disney. Truly, we're moved. I love you, but okay. Let's go back to Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Because the why on this one is genuinely the most insane story in the whole video. So in 2000, Pixar greenlights its first TV series, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Patrick Warburton plays Buzz. The show is fun, Toy Story adjacent canon. It's the in-universe show that Andy was watching toys based on. 62 episodes, 62, aired on ABC and UPN, got a direct-to-video pilot movie. Sounds like a pretty healthy property, right? Now let's not forget, this direct-to-video pilot movie included a section of the Toy Story cast with the original Buzz Lightyear voice actor of them putting in the tape to watch it. This is at the start of the movie. What's going on here? This is gonna be huge. Canceled after one season. But a 62 episode single season. So, 62 episodes. Also, I want to clarify that never got released on VHS, DVD, Laserdisc, or Blu-ray. Never streamed anywhere. Never appeared in any Disney property again. Even
I think Disney just don't like it. That's what I think. I think Disney just don't like it. I think it was a vision that it didn't meet the requirements. I think it's really because it didn't meet the requirements. It didn't sell. I think, the merchandise didn't sell for it. And they put a lot of backing into it, and it didn't do the numbers that they was expecting it to do. But then again, you put the shit on ABC Family though. That was the fucked up part. They moved it to ABC Family. At first it was on ABC for Saturday mornings. Then they moved it to ABC Family. Like, dog, ain't nobody watching ABC Family. Bro, nobody was watching ABC Family, bro. Nobody. Unless you was like interested in the shows that they was putting on there. Other than that, as a kid, you're not watching ABC Family. I think the only way you was watching ABC Family was if Family Matters came on, because that was the only place you could watch Family Matters on. Other than that, fuck ABC Family.
in the 2022 movie Lightyear, the in-universe origin movie for the toys that exist because the show exists. They didn't reference it. And to clarify about no VHS, yes, I know the movie came to VHS, and yes, I have this. This has a single episode on it, and it wasn't for sale. Just clarify. And here's where it gets weird. In a 2019 interview with Pixar Post, the show's director Tad Stones described what happens to the show after Pixar's then leadership got involved, and what he laid out was essentially a slow motion burial. Stones said he never directly heard John Lasseter criticize the show, but the studio simply never discussed it. I mean, even character art on the Buzz Lightyear ride at Disney World was altered to look different from the show's design. The series got 0 home video releases, and Stones, looking at all of those signals together, theorized that Lasseter's vision for a Buzz cartoon had been something more straight-faced, closer to Major Matt Mason or Space Ghost, and that the comedic show that got made simply just wasn't what Lasseter wanted. So Pixar just stopped acknowledging it existed. 62 episodes of Pixar's first ever TV show, made by Disney, owned by Disney, effectively erased by one guy's taste, allegedly, I guess. And that's why you can't watch it. Okay. Maybe you're sitting there going, fine, dude. None of these are on streaming, so I'll just go buy them. eBay's right there. Facebook Marketplace is right there. The internet has VHS collectors. I'll find a way. And yeah, you can. For some of these, you can. Let's do the actual numbers, because they're actually ridiculous. Aladdin the series. 86 episodes total across 9 separate VHS volumes from 1995 and 1996. The Arabian Adventure series, the Jasmine Enchanted Tales series, plus a Moonlight Magic tape and a couple of Laserdiscs. I mean, that's a lot, bro. No, it's not. 18. You can get 18 episodes out of 86 episodes. That's 21% of the show, dude. Disney never released it on DVD or Blu-ray, obviously. So yeah, 21% of the show if you don't want to pirate it. The Legend of Tarzan is 39 episodes.
Don't nobody want to watch that shit.
Disney physical release you can hunt down. Drum roll, please, Aaron. 1 UK only VHS from April 2003 called Trading Post and Tublat's Revenge. 2 episodes. 2 episodes. That's 5% of the show. If you're feeling generous, you can count 3 more episodes that got cut into the direct-to-video film Tarzan and Jane as bonus material, I guess. But even then, that gets you 13%. Each Disney. And Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, 62 episodes. 0. Because again, this wasn't for sale. Pixar's first TV show, 62 episodes made by Disney, never released on any official Disney VHS, DVD, Laserdisc, or Blu-ray. The pilot movie got a release. None of the TV episodes did anywhere, ever, except for this one that I talked about at the start of the video. I keep picking up because it's insane to me. Even after I hunted it down, I was like, okay, at least there's a couple, right? Like I could put this on for my kids occasionally. There's one f***ing episode on this thing, dude. I just spit all over the screen. One episode. And Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, 39 episodes. Number of those episodes on official Disney VHS or DVD, 0. This is real, by the way. I'm not making this up, okay? There is one episode of Brandy and Mr. Whiskers that came out on an official Disney physical media. It's the episode To the Moon Whiskers. It came out on a Game Boy Advance video cartridge in 2004. One episode of a 39 episode show on a Game Boy Advance cartridge that somebody's trying to huck on eBay for $1,000.
What the
That's the
fuck?
entire physical media catalog for Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. Done. Hope you kept your GBASP and a spare $1,000 to the one guy on eBay selling this thing. So across all 4 shows, that is 20 episodes out of 226. 8.8%. Less than 9%. Disney made these shows, they own these shows, and if you wanted to legally own a copy of any of them, your absolute best option in 2026 is to hunt down a 25-year-old VHS. And even then, you're getting a fraction of the show. For one of them, you need a working Game Boy Advance and you'll get one episode. Make it make sense, Disney. Now, I almost put this next show into segment 1 because honestly, it gets criminally slept on. Slept on so much that I forgot this existed until it was time to work on this video. The Replacements has 2 seasons that aired on Disney Channel from 2006 to 2009. The premise is simple. 2 siblings who use a phone service called Fleamco to swap out any annoying authority figure in their life. Bad teacher? Replaced. Awful babysitter? Replaced. Inflexible boss giving you grief? Just kidding. Kid shows. No taxes here. And technically, The Replacements is on Disney Plus. Right now, as we speak, at least in this current time, season 1 is. Season 2 is not. Season 2 isn't on Disney Plus. It isn't on Hulu. It isn't on Netflix. It isn't streaming anywhere. The only legal way to watch The Replacement Season 2 in 2026 is to purchase it on iTunes or Amazon Prime Video. Now, why? Well, reportedly, it's because some episodes featured celebrity lookalike characters and Disney just never resolved the likeness rights to put them on streaming. It's easier to just slap a paywall on Apple Storefront and walk away. And hey, if you want Season 2, just go buy it. Give them your money and buy it. Buy. About that word, right? What does it even really mean? What does buying mean? So let's unpack that. So here's the thing nobody really talks about. When you buy a TV show on iTunes or Amazon Prime Video or Google Play or Vudu or wherever, you're not actually buying it. You don't own it. You're renting the license indefinitely until the day the platform decides you're not. And I know that sounds like one of those technically true, but it'll never actually happen in real life things. Like technically the airline can deny your boarding pass for any reason. Whatever, dude. Pass me my Diet Coke. But it's already happening. Let me walk you through 3 things. August 21st, 2025, a woman named Lisa Reingold files a class action lawsuit against Amazon. United States District Court for the Western District of Washington. The reason? Well, she bought a TV show on Amazon Prime Video back in May. Bella and the Bulldogs, Volume 4, which I have never heard of either, but it's a Nickelodeon thing. Look it up. For $20.79 in May 2025, that's how much she paid for it. And then Amazon took it out of her library. Gone. She paid for it. The button literally said buy. The fine print at the bottom of the very last page of the checkout flow, well, that said something else entirely. And here's the legal kicker. California passed a law in late 2024, AB 2426, the Digital Property Rights Transparency Law. And that took effect January 1st, 2025. The whole point of this law is if you're going to use the words buy or purchase on your platform, you have to clearly and conspicuously disclose that what the customer is actually getting is a license and not ownership. And that license can be revoked. You can't bury it in fine print at the bottom of the last page of the checkout. You can't hide it. It has to be obvious. Now, Reingold's lawsuit alleges that Amazon does exactly that. It buries the disclosure in fine print on the very last page and is therefore in violation. So we'll see what happens, I guess, because as of April 2026, the lawsuit's active. It's past class certification and active discovery. There's preliminary settlement negotiations reportedly underway, but it's currently happening. And this isn't exclusive to Amazon. Sony did the exact same thing back in December of 2023. They tried to yoink over 1,000 seasons of Discovery Channel content that customers had purchased from their libraries. 1,000 seasons. Like, what was that? 10,000 episodes, 20,000 episodes, 40,000 episodes. Bro, some of these seasons are 60-something episodes. That's a lot of episodes. What shows, you might ask? Mythbusters, Deadliest Catch, Cake Boss, Shark Week specials, shows that people had bought, shows that people like, sometimes years before. Some people bought these 5, 10 years, whatever. Now they're being told, hey, you can't watch that stuff. I know you bought it. Our licensing deal with Warner Brothers Discovery expired or whatever. Later, bitches. And the only reason that didn't actually happen the way that Sony first announced it is because the internet got so mad about it that Sony walked it back. They cut a new licensing deal with Warner Brothers Discovery that gave PlayStation users another 30 months of access.
Boo! You stink!
But here's the punchline. That 30-month extension, it expires around the middle of 2026. And we are currently sitting in May of 2026 right now. The clock is running and nothing about the underlying problem has changed whatsoever. So, okay, we have two beats. One lawsuit, one near miss. Maybe they're flukes, PR mistakes, bad luck. Well, back in 2020, Amazon got sued in a similar case. A woman named Amanda Claudel sued them for false advertising over basically the same issue. Amazon's lawyers filed a motion to dismiss. And in that motion, in court, on the record, by the way, signed by Amazon's attorney, David Bitterman, they wrote, quote, "These terms of use expressly state that purchasers obtain only a limited license to view video content, and that purchased content may become unavailable due to provider license restrictions or other reasons." Amazon's official corporate position on the record in a courtroom filing signed by their actual lawyers is that they reserve the right to revoke any purchased content on their platform at any time, and they left it very vague if you couldn't tell. They said it out loud with their own mouths. That is the policy. So back to the replacement season 2. Disney has decided not to put it on Disney Plus. They've made it iTunes only. So if you want to watch it legally, you have to give Apple 17, 18, 20 bucks, whatever the price is this week. Maybe it's more, I don't know. And one day, when the licensing agreement between Disney and Apple expires, which will happen eventually, every customer who bought the replacement season 2, every single one is going to wake up to the same thing Lisa Reingold did. You bought it, now you don't have it. No refund, no recall, no recourse. Go f yourself. The only way to actually own a piece of media is to physically own a copy. That's the deal. Which brings us to the rest of the Disney catalog. The shows that are on Disney Plus today that have zero physical release and that one of the Mouse's executives are one memo away from joining Buzz Lightyear inside the void. Now, what about all the newer shows that have only ever existed within the streaming era? Shows that have no official physical release, like at all. No Blu-ray, no DVD, no box set, nothing. So if Disney or any other distribution platforms decides to pull them for licensing reasons, brand reasons, library color reasons, any reason really, they're gone. Nowhere to go. Same fate as Buzz. Hell, The Owl House. 43 episodes plus shorts created by Dana Terrace. Aired 2020 to 2023. Critically beloved. I love it, and it has a very, very passionate fan base. But Disney canceled it after season 3, which they truncated from a full season order down to 3 special. And Dana Terrace was pretty publicly clear about why. And in October 2021 Reddit post, she wrote, quote, "At the end of the day, there are a few business people who oversee what fits into the Disney brand. And one day, one of those guys decided the Owl House didn't fit that brand. And then on November 13th of 2025, which side note was the same day, previous Disney CEO Bob Iger announced that Disney was going to integrate AI-generated user content into Disney Plus. Well, Owl House creator Dana Terrace posted on her social media, quote, "Unsubscribe from Disney Plus. Pirate Owl House. I don't care." That's the creator of a
that's what's up.
Disney property.
Yeah, that's what's up. You taking a stand. You telling people to do the right thing. They say, they basically telling y'all, you will own nothing and you will like it. But I say this.
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Your heart favorite indeed. Being a pirate is a right thing. Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
You already know. You already know. We ain't playing over here. We ain't playing over here. We about that pirate life over here. Fuck you talking about, boy. Fuck you talking about, boy. We about that pirate life over here. You already know. We about that pirate life. I don't give a fuck. Shit. I put it out there. We about that pirate life over here. I keep it on deck, nigga. Fuck you, Ed.
telling fans to pirate her own show on her former employer's platform, publicly on the record, because of the decisions Disney's currently making about how they treat the IP in the platform. And there is no I accidentally bought a fake copy off it was Walmart, I think. I thought it was real. It was not real. Just so you know, there is no DVD. There's no Blu-ray. So when Dana Terrace tells you to pirate it, which she did, I want to be clear. That is exactly what she said. That is in part because there is an illegal alternative that lets you keep a copy. And that's not all. To avoid dragging this video on any longer than it needs to be, there's countless other series that fall into the same bucket. Amphibia.
To be fair, when it comes to lost media or media that's not being sold on a storefront, you can pirate it. There's nothing, if it's not obtainable, if there's media or if there's media that cannot be obtained through a storefront or streaming services, you can go to a pirate website and just pirate it. It's not illegal. Like I keep having to reiterate this to y'all, but when you get something off of a pirated site and it's not available anywhere else, you're not stealing that. That's not illegal. You can't steal something that's not even fucking obtainable. If you want to obtain something, but it's not there, but it's not on a storefront being sold, you can go pirate that shit. That's legal. Piracy is legal, by the way. It's legal to a certain degree. It's not fully legal, but it's legal to a certain degree. If a storefront is not selling the product that you are looking for, if it is distinct or if it is defunct, and if the only way you can obtain it is through other means, go for it. Nothing wrong with it. You can't obtain it anywhere else. So if somebody VHS recorded all the Buzz Lightyear episodes, all the replacement episodes, all the Mr. Whisker episodes, whatever, you know what I'm saying, all the Aladdin episodes, if somebody VHS that and then put it in a file and then sent it to the pirate sites, hey, and Disney ain't putting them on their websites for you to see in full HD quality, free game. Free game. I keep trying to tell y'all, bro, piracy is not illegal if you can't obtain the shit. If it's not obtainable, if it's not being sold on storefronts, if you can't see it anywhere else, you can pirate it. That is legal.
Created by Matt Braley, Fish Hooks, Pepper Ann, Hercules the Animated Series, Lilo and Stitch, Timon and Pumbaa, 101 Dalmatians the series, all are on Disney Plus, but none with complete official box sets. 12 plus shows, 600 plus episodes, and zero complete official Blu-ray releases.
Because they don't want you to own it.
A lot of time on Disney. Because Disney, well, they own the most stuff, and they're the loudest about gatekeeping it. But I would be doing you a disservice if I let you walk away from this video thinking that only Disney does this. They don't. 2 more receipts before we land this plane. Cartoon Network. That Cartoon Network. Where is it? There. Probably the most beloved animation library of my generation. Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Ed, Foster, Samurai Jack, Billy and Mandy. You know the list. I have made...
And they putting all their shit on Tubi, though, so I can't complain. They putting all their shit on Tubi, so I can't complain, bruh. I'm just saying though. They putting all their shit on Tubi for the free, so shit, I ain't complaining. If you put it on Tubi for the free, you got me.
Multiple videos about these shows. Warner Brothers Discovery owns all of it. And for the last 3 years, they have been tossing this library around like the KFC log at a white elephant party. Yeah, it makes your house smell like fried chicken is being cooked in your fireplace. I just have a vivid memory of that. Back to what's important. Late 2024, Warner Brothers Discovery shuts down Boomerang, the niche streamer whose entire purpose was preserving the classic toon library. $60 a year, dedicated cartoon archive, gone. Folded into Max on September 30th, 2024. Cool, fine, consolidation, whatever. At least the cartoons are still on Max. Cut to January 1st, 2025. Max removes Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, removes Ed, Edd, and Eddy, removes Static Shock, removes the first 7 seasons of Teen Titans Go. What the f*** are we doing? Then we cut to July 31st, 2025. Max removes Courage the Cowardly Dog, removes What's New Scooby-Doo. Let me reread that to you slowly. Warner Brothers removed Scooby-Doo from their own streaming service. Then we go to August 31st, 2025. Max removes basically every Boomerang Hub show, the classic Hanna-Barbera library, the Looney Tunes shorts, the Tom and Jerry catalog, shows that have been on cable continuously since before I was born. Gone from the streamer that just absorbed Boomerang 11 months earlier. It's not even a year. That's real life. That is the timeline we're currently living on. And by late 2025, Max is now reportedly down to about a dozen Cartoon Network titles total in their library. The oldest one is Adventure Time, which premiered in 2010. Everything before that vanished off the platform that has the literal Cartoon Network logo on the homepage. It's genuinely difficult to overstate how stupid that is. Now, where did most of this stuff actually land? Tubi, the free ad-supported owned by Fox streaming service. In March 2025 alone, Warner Brothers dumped over 100 shows from the Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers animation library onto Tubi. Ed, Edd, and Eddy, Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, Justice League, The Batman, Tiny Toon Adventures,
no party like a Diddy party.
All of it. And I like Tubi. I like the idea of a free option, especially for kids. I have a 7-year-old and I have a 3-year-old, and they love seeing some of these older cartoons. And Tubi just rescued a huge chunk of my childhood from disappearing into the void. Like, genuine respect to whoever cut that deal, but here's the catch. You can't pay for an ad-free version. The whole service is free with ads, period, which is fine. Until Warner decides next year they want this library back, or Tubi decides the stuff isn't making them enough money, or Fox sells Tubi, or Tubi gets folded into the next consolidation, or the deal, a license expires. We just watched 5 different streaming services.
That's why we need to pirate this shit now. We need to pirate it now. We need to steal all the episodes. Somebody needs to contain them, put them all in a file, keep them, and wait for the implosion. Once the implosion happens, we shoot the motherfuckers to the pirate sites. We good to go.
Passed these shows around like a hot potato in 12 months. There's zero reason to assume that Tubi is the final stop. And here's the part that should bother you more. Most of these shows still do not have a complete official DVD or Blu-ray release. Warner Archives has put out partial sets. Shout Factory has filled in some gaps, but the complete series Blu-rays or even a complete series DVD that you'd hope existed for Billy and Mandy? No. Codename Kids Next Door? No. What about Gumball? That's a beloved show, right? It just got a new show on Disney Plus. Well, it got a DVD release, not a Blu-ray. And let's just say people aren't happy at the quality of this DVD release. And then there's the shows that didn't even make it to Tubi. Whatever happened to Robot Jones? That's the name. I'm not just saying that. You get what I'm saying. 2002 Cartoon Network, created by Greg Miller, not that Greg Miller. 26 episodes were produced. Only 13 of those ever aired on Cartoon Network in the United States. There's never been an official DVD release in any region ever. There's never been an official Blu-ray. There's no Cartoon Network box set. There's no Shout Factory box set. There's no Warner Archive on Demand set. There is nothing. The Lost Media Wiki has a literal page for the show because pieces of it, including the original computer-generated voice that got replaced halfway through production, are just partially lost. And as of when I'm recording this, Robot Jones is not in the March 2025 Tubi drop. It's not in any of the publicly announced Cartoon Network library deals. It is on a couple of paid storefronts, piecemeal, and a couple of subscription platforms on and off, depending on the licensing wins. But
well, at least it's out there.
The answer to where can I legally watch the complete run in 2026, it's functionally you can't. 23 years after a show airs on a top 3 children's network in America, you cannot legally buy a complete copy of it in any format. Make it make sense, Warner. And let's not forget, Paramount Plus is planning on buying Warner Brothers. So
to be fair, though, you talking about a show that got canceled after 1 season, though. Like, niggas is really clamoring for, oh my God, Robot Jones. Like, nah, bro, you kind of reaching on this one, bro. I'm sorry, brother, but I got to call you out for that one. You reaching on this one, bro. I'm sorry. I got to call you out for this one. You reaching on this one, dog. I'm sorry, dog. You reaching for a show that only had one season, bro, and wasn't really that memorable of a show. Like, only if you bring it up, that's the only way you remember it.
They'll fix the issue, right? Madagascar, Big Time Rush, Fanboy, and Chum Chum? No, of course they won't. Don't think Nickelodeon and Paramount are off the hook either. They pulled the exact same play in December of 2024. Paramount Plus just quietly removed 22 Nickelodeon shows from the service. 2 waves. December 19th, 12 titles. December 23rd, 10 more. And right there in December 19th wave, My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Wow.
Gone. 40 episodes, 3 seasons, ran on Nickelodeon from 2003 to 2009. A genuine cult favorite Nicktoon with a theme song that absolutely slaps, and Paramount, who literally owns Nickelodeon, could not keep it on Paramount Plus. They yanked it off the service in a budget cut purge and lumped it in with Wonder Pets, like it was a line item on a spreadsheet. It's the same pattern and the same playbook. Normal process of removing and adding titles is the actual quote a Paramount spokesperson gave to Deadline. The library is a balance sheet liability. Tax write-offs, cost reduction targets, different logo on the streamer, the exact same problem. This is the entire industry. Disney, Warner, Paramount, same play, different uniforms, and it's happening because as consumers, we no longer have a default way to permanently own a copy of these shows. The shows live by default in the data center of whatever megacorp currently owns them, and they exist there at their convenience. And when convenience changes, the show goes away. And sadly, indie animation's in a similar boat. You tell me which indie animation you've seen on YouTube get a physical media release. Because if it exists, I want to buy.
I mean, it's an indie promotion, so of course it's not gonna get a DVD release.
It, if not only to archive it in some way. Now, look, we've been talking about Disney for most of this video, with a detour through Warner and Paramount at the end there. Disney is the most extreme example of this problem, because they own the most stuff and they gatekeep it the hardest. But you just watched the same playbook run on 2 other megacorps. And one of those megacorps is about to buy the other megacorp, so it's going to be consolidated even more. Every streaming platform pulls content. Every digital storefront has the same fine print as Amazon. The pattern isn't a Disney problem, it's a tech industry problem. Disney's just the loudest, most visible offender because of how much they've put out and how aggressively they've kept their archive. Now, here's what I keep coming back to. If you have a kid right now, or you're going to have one in the next 10 years, and you want to show them, I don't know, Pepper Ann, Jake Long, Owl House, Robot Jones, Powerpuff Girls, or any of the shows that I've talked about in this video, there is no guarantee any of them will still be available when that kid is old enough to even watch them. You don't own a copy. You can't make a copy. The shows live exclusively on a server in some megacorp's data center somewhere. And that's the deal we apparently signed up for. Buy physical media. Support indie distributors that license old Disney TV from international markets where the rights situations are a bit looser. There's a whole other video to be made about all the gray area complete series Blu-rays that exist for like 80% of these shows. Sourced from, I don't know, God knows where, that fans had to make happen because Disney wouldn't. And if you want to make some noise about it in the comment section, it's right there. I won't tell you what to write, but I will tell you that Owl House creator Dana Terrace, on the record, used the word pirate. I make these videos because I love this stuff. And it makes me genuinely sad that there's no real possibility that some of this just won't exist more in 20 years. And if we don't make a fuss of it now, things probably aren't going to change. Now,
the only way we combat this is with piracy. We must become pirates. We all must become pirates. Yes, my brothers and sisters, we must become pirates.
Lord have mercy.
We must become pirates. We must become pirates. We must resurrect the soul of LimeWire. We must resurrect the soul of LimeWire and obtain all this shit. Because, see, we had the fucking control. When LimeWire existed, we had the fucking control. They killed LimeWire and said, yeah, now what y'all gonna do? We got websites. You must have forgot the internet is a wild, wild west. It's like, no. Wait. We'll give you Spotify and Netflix. How's that sound? Fuck it, Spotify and Netflix. Netflix got all the TV shows, all the movies, everything you need right there. Spotify got all the music you need right there. I mean, I'm really not trying to pay for this stuff. Hey, man, it's going to be cheap. It's going to be cheap. Spotify, $2.99. Netflix, $5.99. How's that sound? I mean, it is pretty cheap. Yeah. All right, we'll take it. and we was dumb enough to take that fucking trade. No, we still had the power. All just because they got rid of LimeWire does not mean that they got rid of the piracy. No, we need to remain as pirates, because when we was doing the LimeWire shit, we had full control. They couldn't do shit to us. Okay, we was watching our movies, we was listening to our music freely and peacefully. And then they took our shit away and they confused us with Netflix and fucking Spotify, and look where we at now. We need to go back to piracy, bro, because when we had piracy, we had control. They couldn't do anything to us. You put out the product, we steal the product. It's how it was supposed to be. Let's go back to being pirates, man.
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Your heart favorite indeed. Being a pirate is a rented thing. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a